Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are taking a Barnes & Noble's trip. I'm super excited and so is Jax. I foresee myself only getting 2 books, but it is Barnes & Noble's and I don't always come here, so hopefully I can control myself. And I'll have this little guy to keep me busy, so we'll see how good he does at the bookstore. Once we're done shopping, then I can do a little book unhauling for you guys. And yeah, so it's raining out here. It's a perfect day to go book shopping, so here we go.
Read this one. Read this one. This one.
I already have that one, baby.
Where's the one you just showed me? Wait, we already been in this. Mommy, we already been in this.
So it was a success. We only got 3 books, which I'm proud of myself. I was gonna get more, but I told myself not to. Surprisingly, I didn't get any like romance books. I did not get any romance books. I normally would have, but nothing caught my eye. I did get 3 books that are out of my comfort zone, so I can't wait to go home and share those with you guys. Okay, so we're back home. There's construction going on outside, so excuse that noise. And I also have the little space heater because it is freezing in here. These 3 books are completely out of my comfort zone, but they're part of my reading goals for this year. So I'm very excited to dive into them and their genres. So the first one is actually a manga, and it's called Sweat and Soap by Kintetsu Yamada. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, but this is so funny. But I've heard nothing but great things about this story, and there's several volumes in it. It's a graphic novel, obviously, and it's about this girl right here who is very self-conscious because she sweats a lot profusively. She's always worried that she smells bad. She's always constantly putting perfumes and soaps and trying new things to kind of like help with her anxiety about feeling like she smells bad or she sweats too much. And she actually works for this soap company or perfume company, and he's the CEO of the company. And one day he actually smells her, and he is so obsessed by the way that she smells and her scent that he just can't live without it, and he wants to know more. He wants to get to know her more. So It is their love story. I heard nothing but great things about this. It is weird because it's all about her smell and her scent and him being overly obsessed with it. But I am very excited. This is going to be my first manga, and I do want to dive into this type of genre or type of book just because I think it would be something out of my comfort zone that I'm going to enjoy. And what I didn't realize is that normally and don't come at me, but normally this is how you would open the book this way. But I noticed that, I don't know if this is all mangas are like this, but I noticed that it's so weird opening the book from the back, if that makes any sense. Like chapter 1 is here, so I'm reading it almost like it feels like I'm reading it backwards. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's a manga thing, but very intrigued and interested to see how I'm gonna feel about that, because that is so weird. It's like, you know, when you're in another country and you're driving on the right side of the road instead of the left. Totally weird, but I mean, people do it, but totally weird. That's what I'm gonna feel. But I'm very excited to dive into this. Hopefully I read and get to this month so I can continue with the series if I enjoy it. And also, all of these books that I got are just the first books in a series, so I just want to try them out first before I commit to any other parts of the series. The next one is called, and this is a fantasy, this one's called Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I do have another book by her, Ninth House. I think it's called Ninth House. I'm guilty, I have not finished it. I got to page 40 and I just couldn't anymore. It was just too much for me to take all in. There was too much descriptive details about the school and the academy, and I just couldn't do it. This is, you know, fantasy, so it's not like my super favorite genre, but I've heard nothing but great things about this book, and it is a duet, so I can't wait to dive into the second one if I enjoy this one. I have no idea what this is about. It is a New York's bestseller. It says 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 possible heist. It says, Ketterdam, a bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price, and no one knows that better than criminal prodigy Kaz Brecker. Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. A convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, heartrender using her magic to survive the slums of Thief with a gift for unlikely escapes. Kaz's crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and the destruction if they don't kill each other first. So that sounds super interesting. I can't wait to read it. This is a YA, again, fantasy. It would be my first YA fantasy book, so I'm very, very excited to read that. The next one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, I've heard this is one of those books that was all over on TikTok. I've heard so much about this book. However, I've heard contradicting reviews. Some people absolutely loved it. Some people absolutely hated it. Some people loved it after the first book. They did not like the first book. They enjoyed the second, and the third was their favorite. I'm willing to give this a try. I can't wait to see what it's about and what the hype is, if it's even worth the hype. It says, sharpen your blade, harden your heart. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in a treacherous high court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Carden, the youngest, wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. That sounds very interesting. All these books, just seem like really nicely written, spaced out. The lettering is spaced out. It looks like I could get through this quickly, so I'm actually very excited to read this. I'll probably do a reading vlog maybe to see my reactions to some of these books, to see if I even enjoyed them, because I am a newbie when it comes to fantasy. So I'm very intrigued to see if I'm going to actually love these books, or if I'm going to hate them, or if it's just too descriptive for me, or if I just can't handle the backstory of the characters. So I'm excited. Those are all the 3 books that me and Jax picked out at Barnes & Nobles. I can't wait to dive into them. They're completely out of my comfort zone, but I'm very excited to dive into them, because one of my goals for this year is to kind of read more genres that I would not typically pick up. So that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and see you next time. Bye.